Welcome. Find a comfortable position. Tonight, I'm going to tell you a secret hidden deep within the snowy mountains. But don't worry. Every word will take you a little deeper into peace. Hello. Thank you for being here. I know it's been a long, tiring day, maybe stressful, maybe a bit chaotic. There might still be thoughts spinning in your mind, plans for tomorrow, traces of yesterday, unfinished tasks. But now, you are only in this moment, and for a few minutes, you can set all that chaos aside. By the way, if you enjoy stories like this, you might consider subscribing to my channel. That way, we can meet again each week for a new sleep story. But for now, there's no need to think about that. Just relax. Just listen. Tonight, I'll tell you a true story. In 1959, on the slopes of Russia's Ural Mountains, a mysterious event took place. The Dyatlov Pass incident. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe this is your first time. It doesn't matter. Because I'll tell it in a way that every word will carry you deeper into calm. Each part will take your mind further away from the weight of the day. Your eyes may start to feel heavy. That's okay. Let it happen. Take a breath in and breathe out. Are you ready? Then let's begin. January 1959, the city of Sverdlovsk, Russia, known today as Yekaterinburg. A cold winter morning. The thermometer reads -20 degrees. But inside the dormitory of the Ural Polytechnic Institute, the hearts of 9 young people are warm. They're excited because they're about to make a dream come true. These 9 young people are all in their 20s, seniors or recent graduates, energetic, full of life, chasing adventure. Their leader's name is Igor Alexeyevich Dyatlov. He's 23, a radio engineering student, thick hair, determined eyes, an experienced mountaineer who has completed many difficult climbs. His friends trust him completely. Let's meet the others, slowly. No need to rush. Zinaida Kolmogorova, 22 years old. Her friends call her Zina, an active member of the Tarhakov Tourism Club. Energetic, cheerful, full of life. Lyudmila Dubinina, 20 years old, nicknamed Lyuda, an economics student. Loves nature, a brave soul. Alexander Kolevatov, 24 years old, known as Sasha, a physics student, quiet, thoughtful, reserved. Rustam Slobodin, 23, engineering student, friendly, always joking around. Yuri Nikolaevich Doroshenko, 21. His friends call him Georgie. From the economics faculty, Georgie Krivonishenko, 24, an experienced climber, works at Chelyabinsk 40, a secret nuclear facility. Nikolai Thibault Brignol, 24, half French descent, an engineer. Semyon Zolotaryov, the oldest of them all, 37, experienced, mature, the most seasoned member of the group, and one more, Yuri Yudin, 21, a geology student, 10 people, one dream, to climb Mount Otorten. Otorten, in the language of the Mansi people, means don't go there. The local people never climb that mountain. To them, it's sacred and dangerous. But these young people are modern scientists. They don't believe in legends. On the morning of January 23rd, before sunrise, they pack their backpacks, tents, sleeping bags, canned food, cameras, journals. Igor has prepared a meticulous checklist. Everything has been inspected. The gear is ready. At 8 a.m., they board the train. Their destination, the town of Ivdel. From there, the village of Vijay. The train moves slowly. Snow falls outside, but inside, it's warm, full of life. The young people sing songs, joke around, dream about the future. For them, this isn't just a climb, it's an experience of freedom, an escape from the pressures of the Soviet system, from academic fatigue, from the noise of the city. In the mountains, there will be only nature, friendship, and freedom. The train keeps moving. Tack, 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 tack. Are your eyes getting heavy? Good. Let them. January 25th. They arrive at the village of Vijay. Vijay is a small village. Maybe 150 people live there. Wooden houses, smoke rising from chimneys. The last frontier of civilization. Beyond this point, there is only forest, only mountains, only white silence. The villagers are surprised to see the young hikers. "You're going up the mountain in this season?" they ask. "It's too dangerous. Snowstorms. You might wake the bears." But the young people smile politely. They are prepared, experienced. On the morning of January 26, they take their first steps. They leave Vijay behind. Breathe in. Imagine walking on snow, the crunch under your feet. Breathe out. The first day goes easily. The path is clear. The weather is good. The group's spirits are high. Igor writes in his journal that evening, January 26th. A good start. The group is in sync. The weather is nice. Progress is steady. But on the second day, things start to get harder. The snow deepens. The wind grows stronger. The temperature drops. And Yuri Yudin falls ill. His sciatica flares up. He can barely walk. January 27th. A difficult decision is made. Yuri must turn back. He can't continue the climb. The group is sad. Yuri is sad. But there's no other choice. Breathe in. Sometimes turning back is the wisest path. Breathe out. Yuri hugs his friends. "Be careful," he says. "We'll meet again when you return." And he walks away, alone, back toward the village. He doesn't know it yet. But this goodbye will be the last one. He will never see his friends again. But right now, he isn't thinking about that, only about the pain in his leg and the desire to go home. Now there are 9 left, because Semyon Zolotaryov had joined the group at the last minute. 9 people. And before them, an endless, white world. Breathe in. Imagine the whiteness. Pure, silent, clean. Breathe out. The days pass. January 28th. January 29th. January 30th. Each day becomes a little harder. The snow deepens. The wind strengthens. But the group keeps moving forward. Igor writes in his journal, January 30th. Heavy snow. The walking is exhausting, but the group is strong. Spirits are high. At night, they set up their tent. Inside, they light the stove. Drink tea, sing songs. Rustam plays the mandolin. Zina laughs. Lyuda tells stories. These are perfect moments. Moments of friendship. Moments of freedom. They are happy because they've found what they were looking for. Nature, adventure, life. January 31st. First, February 4th. The trees begin to thin out. They've reached the tree line now. Open terrain. Only snow and wind. February 2nd. The last day. The group reaches the base of Kholat, Shahl, in the Mansi language, Mountain of Death. But they don't know that, or maybe they just don't care. Breathe in. Feel the silence of the mountain. Breathe out. Afternoon. Snow is falling. The wind is fierce. Igor makes a decision. We'll camp here. It's not the ideal spot. On the slope, exposed to the wind. But it's late. They can't go further. They set up the tent. Small, cramped, but warm. They crawl inside. Take off their boots. Light the stove. Dinner. Canned meat. Hard bread. Tea. Outside, a snowstorm rages. Inside, it's warm. Some write in their journals. Some sing songs. Some drift into sleep. Semyon takes pictures. The last photographs. Smiling faces. Tired, but happy. Night falls. The wind howls, and none of them know. They will never see the morning. Breathe in. Imagine the deepening darkness. Breathe out. Relax. Chapter 3. The night. When silence began. 15 to 22 minutes. Midnight. 9 people sleeping inside the tent. Warm. Tired. Peaceful. Outside, the wind moans. The snowstorm hasn't stopped. But that's nothing unusual. Winters in the mountains are always harsh. So what happened that night? No one knows for sure. Maybe they heard something. Maybe the ground trembled slightly. Or perhaps a light appeared in the distance. No one can say. In one of the journals found later, a note reads, February 9th, 8:45 p.m. Saw something strange, big, round, glowing orange, rising from the mountain's base into the sky. But that was February 9th, not that night, the one before it. So they had already seen something unusual, something strange and unexplainable. Breathe in. Strange things always exist, but they don't have power over us. Breathe out. After midnight, something happened. Perhaps infrasound. Scientists today believe this. The shape of the mountain and the wind could have created low-frequency sound waves, inaudible, but powerful enough to disturb the human brain. These waves might trigger panic, confusion, even an urge to flee. Or maybe it was a small avalanche, quiet, slow, snow piling on the tent. Or maybe something else. Lights, UFOs, military tests, whatever it was. Something terrified the 9 people inside that tent. And, driven by pure instinct, they ripped their way out from inside. They tore the tent open, because there was no time to unzip it. Or maybe they couldn't. Breathe in. Panic is only an illusion. You are safe now. Breathe out. They ran out, into minus 30 degrees. A snowstorm. Darkness. Most of them barely dressed, because they had been sleeping. No boots. No coats, but they ran, away from the tent. Why? No one knows. Maybe they thought an avalanche was coming. Maybe they saw a threat. Or maybe those mysterious infrasonic waves distorted their minds so badly they couldn't think clearly. They moved downward, into the darkness, toward the edge of the forest. A kilometer, maybe a kilometer and a half. Barefoot, the snow like knives, the cold beyond comprehension. But they kept going, because there was no other choice. Breathe in. Sometimes survival is the deepest instinct. Breathe out. They reached the forest's edge. Cedar trees, tall, ancient, two of them. Yuri Doroshenko and Georgy Krivonishenko try to start a fire. Their hands shake. They can barely hold the matches. But they try. A small flame. Weak. Not enough. The cold is too strong. The others are. Higher up, some try to go back. Toward the tent. Maybe to get coats. Maybe to find something. But none of them make it. Breathe in. Sometimes surrender is the only path. Breathe out. Embrace peace. Yuri and Georgy sit by the fire. They break branches with their bare, frozen hands. The branches are too high. They have to climb, and they do. Barefoot, barehanded. They break what they can, feed the flames, but their bodies are going numb. The first stage of hypothermia. Their strength fades. Their consciousness drifts, and one, by the fire, they collapse. Life slips quietly away. The snow embraces them. Death is not an ending, but a transformation. Higher up, Igor tries to return to the tent. He's half-sitting, his arms stretched forward, as if trying to rise. But he can't. Frozen. Still. Zina is there too, face down in the snow, heading back toward the tent. She didn't make it. In the final meters of her life, she surrendered. Rustam too, a little farther up. A small wound on his head. Not fatal. Hypothermia. Cold. Wind. 5 people. The first 5. But there are still 4 others. Where are they? Breathe in. Everything is slowing down. Breathe out. Sleep comes. February 12th, 1959. Sverdlovsk. Families are worried. No word from their children. They should have returned. But they didn't. Phones. Letters. Official inquiries. February 20th. The search and rescue operation begins. Volunteers. Military units. Helicopters. Breathe in. Hope is a light in the darkness. Breathe out. February 22nd. The first trace. A tent is found. On the slope of Koletsiakl. The search team approaches carefully. Half of the tent is buried in snow. They look inside. Empty. But everything is in place. Boots, backpacks, food, and the tent is torn from the inside, as if cut with a knife. The search team is stunned. What does this mean? Traces. Footprints in the snow. Barefoot, leading downward, toward the forest. The team follows the tracks. Breathe in. The tracks lead us to the truth. But truth can be painful. Breathe out. February 26th. The first bodies are found. Yuri Doroshenko. Under a cedar tree, half naked. Frozen. Next to him, Georgy Krivonishenko. Also half naked. Also frozen. A small fire remains, burnt branches, ash, fingers broken, evidence they climbed a tree to break branches high above. February 27th. Igor is found, 100 meters from the tent, face down, arms stretched out as if asking for help, or trying to reach the tent. Then Zina, 700 meters from the tent, returning to it. Then Rustem, small crack on his head. Cause of death, hypothermia. 5 bodies, 5 young people, 5 lives. Breathe in. Mourning is a process. Breathe out. Acceptance comes, but 4 remain. Nikolai, Lyuda, Alexander, Semyon, where are they? The search continues. For weeks, no trace. March passes. April arrives. The snow begins to melt May 4th, 1959. A riverbed deep in the forest. As the snow melts, water flows again. The search team proceeds carefully. Then they notice something. A body. Lying silently under the water. Then another. And another. 4 bodies. In the darkest, deepest part of the forest. They are recovered. Slowly. Respectfully. But the scene is horrifying, leaving even the strongest unable to breathe. Nikolai Thibault Brignol. Skull crushed, as if by an invisible force. Lyuda Dubinina. Ribs broken, internal organs damaged, and her tongue missing. Semyon Zolotaryov. Chest collapsed, ribs pressed inward. Alexander Kolevatov. Deep cuts on the neck. Autopsy reports are written hastily, yet carefully. Every line deepens the mystery, and the conclusion is shocking. These injuries could not have been inflicted by a human. It is an unknown, compelling force, comparable to the impact of a car crash. Breathe in. The unknown is not terrifying. It is simply not understood. Breathe out. Families are told, but not the whole truth. Only fragments. They died of hypothermia, but the skulls, the ribs, the tongues, these questions are not asked or not answered. The Soviet government closes the case. Death due to unknown compelling force, and the file is locked. Secret for 20 years. Years pass. The 1960s, the 1970s, the Dyatlov Pass incident is not forgotten. Whispers continue. Families are contacted. Secretly. What happened there? Do you know the truth? But the families don't know either. They were never told the full truth. Breathe in. Secrets are revealed over time. Breathe out. The 1980s. The Soviet Union weakens. Glasnost, perestroika, openness, and secret files begin to be opened. The Dyatlov Pass file is one of them. Journalists, researchers, and curious minds start examining the documents, and shocking details emerge. The first shock: radiation. Some of the body's clothing tested positive for radiation. High levels, especially Georgy Krivonishchenko's. He worked at Chelyabinsk 40, a nuclear facility. Could he have brought work clothes with him? But others also showed radiation. Less, but present. What does this mean? Breathe in. Radiation is invisible but real. Breathe out. It does not affect us. The second shock: the color of the bodies. According to autopsy reports, many of the body's skin had turned orange-brown. Hypothermia changes skin color. That is normal. but orange. This occurs in only two cases: chemical exposure or radiation. The third shock: diaries and photographs. The group kept notes in their journals. Strange notes. February 9th, we saw lights in the sky. Fire-colored. Rising. Not a star. Very low. Very fast. And photographs. Blurry photos. But some show strange light spots. Lens flare? Film defect? Or something real? Breathe in. Light is knowledge. Or deception. Breathe out. Researchers begin forming theories. Theory 1. 1. UFO. The group saw a UFO in the sky. Maybe it came very close. Maybe it was perceived as a threat. Entities in the UFO chased them, or used a weapon. Radiation, crushed skulls, panicked flight. It all fits, but no proof exists. Only speculation. Breathe in. Visitors from space may be friendly, or not. Breathe out. Theory 2. Secret military experiment. In 1959, the Ural Mountains were full of military zones. Nuclear tests were conducted. Rockets were tested. Maybe the group was in the wrong place at the wrong time. A rocket launched. It exploded. The group was affected, or a nuclear bomb test. Radiation spread. The Soviet government concealed it, because it would have been a scandal. According to this theory, the crushed skulls resulted from the shock wave. But the Soviet government completely denies it. No, there were no military activities. Breathe in. Governments keep secrets. But eventually, the truth emerges. Breathe out. Theory 3. Attack by the local people. The Mansi people consider the mountains sacred. Maybe the group angered them. Maybe Mansi warriors attacked them with traditional weapons. But Mansi leaders deny it. We are peaceful people. We do not kill, and interrogations take place. No Mansi is suspected. Breathe in. Senontuarport. Blaming is easy. Truth is hard. Breathe out. Years pass. The 1990s, the 2000s, the Soviet Union collapses. The Russian Federation is established. But the Dyatlov Pass mystery remains unsolved. And researchers, now using modern technology, look at it again. The year is 2019. A research team from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology and Moscow joins forces. Their goal: to solve the Dyatlov Pass incident using scientific methods. Breathe in. Science is a light in the darkness. Breathe out. The first question: could it have been an avalanche? The team simulates that night's conditions on a computer. Wind speed, snow density, slope angle, temperature, and the result: yes, a small avalanche was possible. But it was not a large avalanche. Not a massive slide, a small, slow snow slip, perhaps in the middle of the night. It quietly piled on top of the tent. The weight increased. The tent began to collapse. Those inside woke up. Panic. Unable to breathe. Feeling pressure, they tore the tent. In a hurry. From the inside, they rushed outside to avoid being trapped by the avalanche. Pradrine. Panic kills logic. Breathe out. Calmness saves lives. They are outside. But now there's a problem. Snowstorm. Darkness. Minus 30 degrees Celsius. And the tent under the snow. If they went back, they could be buried. If they waited, They could freeze. Decision. Descend. To the forest. Build a fire. Wait for morning. A rational decision. But not enough, because the cold is too strong. Their clothing insufficient. Time running out. And the infrasound theory comes into play. Russian physicist Alexei Rakitin and American researcher Donnie Ikar developed another theory. Infrasound. Sound waves below 20 Hz, inaudible to the human ear. These waves can affect the brain, create fear, panic, nausea, dizziness. Breathe in. Sound is vibration, and vibration affects everything. Breathe out. The structure of the Ural Mountains, combined with the wind, could create a natural infrasound generator. That night, if the wind blew at a certain angle, strong infrasound waves could have formed where the tent was. These waves affected the brains of the people in the group. Fear. Sense of threat. Impulse to jump off cliffs. A scientific phenomenon. Panic attack. Sudden, uncontrollable fear. Avalanche plus infrasound. Total panic. The group could not think logically. They just fled. Breathe in. The brain can be deceived, but the body is real. Breathe out. What about the crushed skulls? The ribs? The avalanche theory explains this too. During the initial escape, some members may have been under a small portion of the snowslide. The weight of the snow. Quiet, slow, but strong pressure. Like a car crash, but slow. Nikolai, Lyuda, Semyon, they were the most affected members, injured, severely injured, but not dead immediately. Their friends carried them to a stream, tried to build a shelter under snow piles, protected from the wind. But it was not enough. The cold won. Breathe in. Nature is merciless but impartial. Breathe out. What about the radiation? Researchers explain this too. In the 1950s, the Ural region experienced many nuclear accidents. The Kishtim disaster, 1957. Radioactive clouds spread. Soil, water, plants contaminated. The group may have drunk contaminated snow water or used contaminated wood. Low-level radiation can be explained this way, and Georgie's situation was already known. He worked at a nuclear facility. Breathe in. Radiation is everywhere. Low doses are harmless. Breathe out. What about the orange color? This is part of hypothermia and natural decomposition. Skin changes color in cold and water. Hemoglobin oxidizes. Orange-brown. Nothing mystical. Biological fact. And the tongue? Lyuda's missing tongue? The bodies were under snow for 3 months. Found in May. During this time, small scavengers, stray dogs, birds, rodents fed on them. Soft tissues gone first. Tongue, eyes. Easy targets. Scientific, logical, natural explanation. Breathe in. Death is part of nature. Nature recycles. Breathe out. The year 2020, the Russian government publishes an official report. Conclusion. Thirsit. Group climbed Kolatchiakhl. A snowstorm intensified. That night, a small avalanche fell on the tent. At the same time, infrasound waves caused panic. The group fled in panic. Some were injured under the snow. Others died of hypothermia. Natural processes affected the bodies. The file was closed. Officially. Breathe in. Every mystery has a solution. Breathe out. But some still do not believe. It was a UFO, a military experiment, a Yeti attack. People want to believe in mysteries because mystery excites, but science is patient, and science shows the truth. But do scientific explanations explain everything? Perhaps the words of the Mansi people carried a piece of truth. Breathe in. Legends sometimes contain wisdom. Breathe out. The Mansi people have lived in the Ural Mountains for centuries. They are hunters, fishermen, nomads, in harmony with nature. And they know Kholat Syakhl very well. They call it Death Mountain. Do not go there. The spirits are angry. Stories passed down from generation to generation. An ancestor went there. He never returned. A hunting group disappeared. Their bodies were never found. At night, lights are seen. The dance of the spirits. Modern people see this as superstition. But perhaps these legends are interpretations of natural events. Breathe in. Legend and truth are intertwined. Breathe out. The lights? Not UFOs, perhaps atmospheric phenomena. Northern lights. Electric storms. Piezoelectric effect. Rocks producing light under pressure. The deaths? Avalanches, storms, hypothermia. The merciless reality of nature. The Mansi knew this, but not in scientific terms, in spiritual terms. The mountain spirit is angry. What they actually meant, this mountain is dangerous. The weather is unpredictable. Avalanche risk is high. Breathe in. Cultures speak different languages, but the truth is the same. Breathe out. And perhaps the Dyatlov group should have listened to this local wisdom. But they were young, eager, people who trusted modern science. And this led to their end. There is a lesson here, a universal lesson. Respect nature. Listen to local wisdom. Do not rush, breathe in. Wisdom comes from experience. Breathe out. Today, Dyatlov Pass is a tourist destination. Every year, hundreds of people go there, to the place where the tent was pitched. There is a monument. The names of the 9 young people are written. People leave flowers, take photographs, and quietly think, what happened that night? Perhaps the scientific explanation is correct. Perhaps there was something else. But the outcome does not change. 9 young people lost their lives. Breathe in. Grief is universal. Breathe out. They find peace. There is one more person we must not forget. Yuri Yudin. He is the man who returned. The sick man. The surviving man. Breathe in. Sometimes the greatest fortune is the opportunity you missed. Breathe out. Yuri returned on January 27th. The sciatic pain was unbearable. He said goodbye to his friends. See you, he said. But they never saw him again. Yuri returned to the village, returned home. He recovered. And on February 12th, he began to worry. Why is there no news? Then the news came. Horrific news. His friends were missing. A search operation began. Yuri volunteered. He joined the search team, and he saw the bodies of his friends with his own eyes. He saw Igor, his leader, frozen, motionless. He saw Zina, cheerful Zina, no longer smiling. He saw Yuri and Georgie, both by the fire, sleeping forever. Breathe in. Survival can sometimes be the heaviest burden. Breathe out. After that, Yuri could not live a normal life. He got married, found a job, worked as a geologist, but his mind was always there. In the mountains, with his friends. Why did I survive? He asked himself, thousands of times. Why them? Survivor's guilt. Breathe in. Guilt is unnecessary. Fate cannot be controlled. Breathe out. Yuri dedicated the rest of his life to studying the Dyatlov Pass incident. He examined documents, talked to witnesses, developed theories. Every year, on February 1st, he attended the memorial. He honored his 9 friends, silently, with sorrow. In 2013, Yuri Yudin passed away. He was 75 years old. In his last interview, he said, "Maybe we will never know. Maybe the mystery will remain a mystery forever. But I know this. They were brave people, and I miss them every day. Breathe in. Remembering is a form of love. Breathe out." With Yuri's passing, the last witness of the event was gone. No one remained who had lived through those days. Only the records remain, photographs remain, legends remain, and our imagination. And here we are. The year is 2025. It has been exactly 66 years since the Dyatlov Pass incident. So, what really happened? Was it an avalanche? A sound wave? A UFO? Or a secret military experiment? Perhaps there is some truth in all of them. Or perhaps none of them are entirely correct. But one thing is certain. 9 young people went to that mountain for an adventure. They sought freedom. They sought friendship, the meaning of life, and their own limits. And, in the end, they remained under the snow of that mountain forever. Yet their story still touches us today, because it contains all the themes of being human: the desire for adventure, the power of nature, human fragility, mystery, and death. Perhaps the deepest lesson that Dyatlov Pass teaches us is this: life is unpredictable. Control is an illusion. We can make plans, prepare, be experienced, but in the end, it is nature that decides. And perhaps fate. The only thing we can do is truly live every moment, cherish our loved ones, and remain at peace with the mysteries we encounter. And now, we slowly move away from this story, away from the Ural Mountains, the snowstorms, that mysterious silence. We return here to your safe space. Your bed is warm. Your room is peaceful. Your body is relaxed. Your eyes grow heavy. Your breaths deepen. Your mind quiets. You are now asleep, entering a deep, peaceful, and safe sleep. Dyatlov Pass is now just a distant memory, and you step into the silent world of dreams.